matter. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to fix something. Yeah, welcome to Ron's Opinion Don't Matter. Um, Hopefully y'all having a blessed, wonderful day. Yes, I'm in here, and I'm in here earlier than um, I'm usually here. Like I'm in here really early compared to most of the times I'm in. But topic of the conversation today is like these murders. Like I'm every day I'm waking up to different situations of people getting murdered, senseless murders. And some of the stuff behind the stuff, that some of the murders that reasoning behind it just off the roof, just stupid. It's off the roof, stupid. And that's real talk. And I don't understand why. They always keep talking about they got all this outrage, but where's the outrage in this stuff? That's what I don't understand. They always keep talking about like where is the outrage? Hey, good morning, world away from here. God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in. I know I'm early today. Good morning to you. Yeah, I know I'm early today, but I'm gonna try to act like I'm gonna try to behave myself today. You know that's hard for me, but I'm gonna try to behave myself. But God bless you. Sorry, I had to move the camera a little bit different because I can't really see anything. I got to look at this side so I can see when people's comments because it's hard to look at the comments and over here it's hard to read them. Yeah, it's I'll be trying to behave myself, but I and this is you know how I am. It's more of a I'm just tired of hearing these um people who so focused on some of the most dumbest stuff, not even focus on stuff that really matters. And like my thing is this is that every day I'm waking up and I'm seeing people getting murdered, like another murder, another murder, another murder, and it's not just the city of Philadelphia; it's across the United States, but it's in all of the Democratic ran cities. And I just get to the point where I'm just like, when y'all gonna fix your problem? Like, and that's real talk. I got to the point where I just this morning. This wasn't even. I didn't even. I don't even post most of the stuff that I come across. I just like it's because it's so much. I just feel like, it's just it's just that's why I was at the point where I just like, you know what, I'm about to go in on them because they don't care. And I'm reading this story earlier, which is not a new story. It's just more of an extension of a story. Baltimore, Maryland, the mayor of yes, they're so young. Got their lives ahead of them, and then they gone in an instant because y'all don't know how to behave on the streets. It just don't make sense to me. But I'm reading the thing with Baltimore, the mayor of Baltimore, Maryland. Again, the level of corruption that's coming out of the Democratic Party is unbelievable. I'm not even gonna get that far into the story, but basically, when I keep talking about how these Democrats are taking advantage of their citizens, and all of these stories keep popping up, popping up, popping up. Case in point, Baltimore, Maryland, looking out for all his cronies, and all of these people and had got jobs in Baltimore, Maryland, making more than people in Congress. And if you look at their jobs, what their jobs are, you're like, what in the world? Why are they making so much money? But then these same people turn around and they keep talking about they have a budget deficit in these cities, and then they want to go back and raise up the property taxes so they can have more money to waste and do and steal and do corruption. Then they want to try to raise the property tax to the point where the people that live in them cities and live in those towns can't afford the property taxes, just so they can come back later on and extort them out of their property because you can't afford to pay the taxes no more. I think it has to be, I think, in my opinion, across the United States, if you purchase in a home, you should never be able to lose your home based on unpaid taxes. I am 100% against someone taking your home for unpaid taxes. I'm sorry. The only thing I think they should do if you don't pay taxes is whatever services they provide through the taxes to your home, you don't get them. That's it. But there's no reason why people who have purchased their home and paid for it should have to be still paying taxes on the home, and then they can turn around. You didn't do none of the repairs to the house. How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. If you on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. You didn't do none of the work to that house. You didn't fix nothing, repair nothing, none of that type of stuff. All you was an elected official. So I elected you as an elected official. Y'all keep raising taxes and property taxes, providing nothing in return. And then because y'all raised it to the point where the people living there can't even afford to pay those taxes no more because they off the roof. Meanwhile, you can't even justify why you're doing it just so y'all can have more money to waste. And then these very same people that raised the taxes on you, politicians, did all of that. Now they want to turn around and extort you out of your property just so they can hand it over to their cronies and make more money off it. And then they created another homeless person, but then start talking about we need to do something for the homeless. Y'all creating them. And I'm not saying in every case, but this is what happens. And we as individual citizens, we never look at what these people are really doing behind the scene, and we keep voting for the same type of people to go in and do the same type of stuff. They never change. I got to give Ron DeSantis credit down in Florida for doing everything he can do to get rid of those property taxes. Every single governor of the United States of America should have been doing that from the gate. From the president on down, that should be across the board. Property tax is not something that you should have to pay. I'm sorry. It should not have to pay. Now, and if we're going to pay property tax, that's fine. But what I definitely seriously say this, the biggest thing I want to say is out of that is this, is that you should never be able to take someone's property for unpaid taxes. Simple as that. As long as their house is there, if they're there and they live in their house, you should never be able to pay it for unpaid taxes. The only thing, let's just say for craps and giggles or whatever you want to call it, yeah, okay, this person didn't pay their taxes, but we can't take their home. But these are the very same people that'll let a squatter squat into your home, pay nothing, no taxes, no nothing, and take advantage of you. That's why I refuse to vote for any more Democrats. I refuse. And I'm going to continuously go after them no matter what. And I hope for a fact that they never win another election across the board. I don't have, per se, a problem with paying taxes. I just feel like for people that pay property taxes, why should someone keep on why should someone be able to extort you out of your property taxes? You get what I'm saying? You should not be able to. Because here's the thing. They didn't do none of the repairs to the house. They didn't do none of the maintenance, none of the other stuff that comes along with keeping up the property. But yet they're going to come back along and extort you out of it because they kept raising the taxes and raising the cost of living to the point where you can't even afford to keep your own home. Real talk. So when you say get a real job, what are you talking about? You can't be talking to me. What's up, Haywood? How you doing, Pittman? I didn't say we didn't have to pay rent. I'm saying somebody extorting you. So y'all don't understand what I'm saying. Y'all not. What I'm saying is that you shouldn't be able to pay rent and pay taxes and stuff like that to some extent. But y'all don't understand the extortion part of it. The extortion part of it is, I get it, but here's what I'm trying to tell you. I get all of that. The extortion part of it is, if I'm the one in Washington, let's say I'm in the city of Philadelphia and I'm the one making the decisions on the city of Philadelphia, but yet I want to take over a certain community. All I got to do is bankrupt them, keep raising the cost and bankrupt them until they can't afford it no more. And then I can get my buddies that have a few dollars to go in and buy it for next to nothing. It ain't that complicated. It ain't that complicated. It really isn't. It ain't. It's so easy to do people like that. It ain't funny. But these very same people will virtually see like they're doing it to the bettering of your community. Case in point, city of Philadelphia threw in a sugar tax, right? For all sugary things. Everybody, all of the citizens of the city of Philadelphia didn't want that, but yet they did it anyway. Stop. Who are you talking to, Tommy? Because I can raise my voice. I don't know who you're talking to. I got solutions. I got plenty of them. The first solution is stop voting Democrat. That's the number one solution. Stop voting for Democrat. Stop voting based on skin color, and pay better and closer attention to people's integrity before you vote for them. I don't need professional help. I'm doing great. I have no complaints. I do great. These problems don't even hit me personally, but I'm still going to talk about them. Hey, Vanessa, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Honestly speaking, you the one that need professional help because you still here. You still here. I don't care whether you agree with me or not. It doesn't matter. And that's real talk. I expect the trolls to come all the time. They can't help themselves. People like me give them a place to be recognized. People like me give them a place to be recognized. Now, here's the thing. Because other people may want to comment, and you just in there, you're not really talking about nothing, that's where it goes left field for you. Holla. That was fun. What's up, 47? Good morning, brother. How you doing? God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. That was fun. Somebody get in there and just want to keep comment. Like, bro, say what you got to say, but put some substance behind it. Put some substance behind it. You're not even making sense right now. But like I said, listen, I'm not one of those people that's totally against paying taxes to some extent, because I agree that there's a level of tax paying that we should have to do because we got an infrastructure. But my thing is number one, the irresponsible spending that comes out of the money that's being used for taxes. The stuff that they use it for, what they spend it on, the corruption, the wasteful spending, all of that type of stuff. And it still goes back down to places like I said before, property tax. I don't think no state should be able to take somebody's property for unpaid taxes. That's my personal opinion. Ain't nobody got to agree with me. I don't like it. I just disagree with it. I think when people have to pay, I think property tax should be one of those things that if the house gets sold, you get the money back. I get it. All of that type of stuff, I get it. But to just turn around and take somebody's property for unpaid taxes because you want to extort them out of their property, y'all the ones keep raising it. Y'all the ones are wasting money. Y'all the ones doing all of the stupid stuff and then want to turn around and take property, but then want to complain about the homelessness at the same time. All y'all doing is stressing people out. They say, well, if it ain't mine, why do I keep working for it? If it ain't mine, if y'all can just come take it from me, why would I keep working for it, taking care of it, repairing it, doing all this stuff if you could just take it from me? Then it ain't mine. It's not mine. It's yours. Then why would I work so hard for something if y'all could just come take it? That's what's up, man. 47. I didn't know that. That's good information to know. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. But again, that's just my opinion on it. I don't agree with. I think property tax should be a one-time event. The time you purchase that home, just like anything else. Purchase the home when it's sold and purchased. That's it. It should work like everything else. When there's a transaction, that's when the taxes should be paid. No other time. That's it. And that's for everybody. If you buy a house, you pay taxes. You sell the house, you make profit, you pay taxes. That's where the taxes should come from. No one should pay property taxes, in my opinion, on a regular. That's the only time you should pay taxes on property is when it's bought and when it's sold. It's finished story. That's it. God bless you, Morgan. That's it. When it's bought and when it's sold. The people that are politicians should be held to a standard where they just can't have all this money to keep wasting and making mistakes over mistakes, costly mistakes, which ain't really mistakes, wasteful spending, and they still get more money to work with, but they keep taking it from you. But they keep taking it from you. And these are the very same people that end up back in office again. Y'all, if y'all look at all of the level of corruption that's going on, and I guarantee you, by and large, you're going to find it's coming from the Democratic Party. You ain't even got to take my word for it. Just go do your own research, and I guarantee you, you're going to come across so many Democrats have been known for the corruption. It's ridiculous. Because most of the Democratic politicians, all of their wealth has come from politics. Not no business, not no industry, politics. Corrupt politics. Manipulating the system to be for financial gain and their own benefit. And then they let their cronies know, and they all making out on the everyday hardworking American citizens. They just stripping you blind. And you don't even realize it. Because they're doing it in such a slick way that it almost looks like it can't be coordinated, but it is. And it is a coordinated effort by the Democratic Party to continuously bankrupt the citizens that vote for them so that they can stay in power and in control. They can care 2 cents about your livelihood. Why you think that mostly Democratic ran areas are where the most homeless people are? And they drive by them every single day. They don't make no legislation to fix that issue for real because they don't want to. Why do you think that when you go through Democratic areas, all of the crime is infested? Why? Because that's what they want. They want the crime. They want the infestation. They want all of that to possibly drive down the cost of these houses so they can manipulate the system and take over your property. Because they done made the neighborhood so bad that you don't even see you don't think it's safe to stay there. Next thing you know, you done let your property go for next to nothing, and they already done swooped in and got it. They're them and their cronies making money on corruptly making money. They are manipulating a whole lot of movements to pull this type of stuff off. And it really ain't that complicated when you really look at it. That's why I tell people, don't you ever vote Democrat again. And I'm not saying Republicans ain't got no dirt in their bag. But my thing is this, by and large, the Democrat has been by far the most corrupted party for as long as I can remember. We just wasn't paying no attention. We were just going on with our life thinking that, it is what it is. Nope. It's the Democrats. Sorry. They don't know how to fix nothing. That's why everything they run looks like it looks. That's why everything the Democrats run look like it look and in the conditions that it's in, because they don't know how to fix nothing. Yep. Rats. And and rats. See rats. Crats. And I can. And here's the thing. I've been a Democrat as far as I can remember. So I'm not talking like I was a Republican forever, because it's not even that I am a Republican. I vote. I'm registered as a Republican now. I'm voting Republican until further notice. That's it. I have no loyalty to that level to any party, because I know that y'all can switch the game up too. But the Democratic Party, by and large, is the problem. And it had been a problem for a long time, and we just ignored it. We didn't realize that they were the problem. What's up, gamer? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. Welcome to the Ron's Opinion Don't Matter show. And, sometimes my opinion matters. Sometimes it don't. But yes, a word away from here. God bless you. If you're on this live and you please check out my man 47. Man Do Magic 47. That's my homie. That's my ace. We don't know each other personally, but we know each other personally through YouTube, and that's my dog. He's part of the family. If y'all get a chance, go subscribe to his page. Same thing with World Away from Here. Part of the YouTube family. We all get together and we have a good time. Sometimes we talking this. Sometimes we talking fun stuff. Sometimes we laughing and we joking. Sometimes we clown each other. But if you join the family and you get a chance to subscribe to everybody's channel, you're going to find out this is one of the best places to be. Real talk. and she be doing that collab music. I mean, for her, it's relaxing and comfort music and stuff like that. And I love the collabs that she does and how she formatted and the music. For me, I call it my gun music because that's the music that I play when I'm getting ready, when I'm toying around with my guns and trying to clean them and just kind of look. And sometimes when I'm interested in doing some research where it doesn't require me to hear what the person is saying, I'll throw that music on, just kind of listen to it in the background, softly, keep it calm, keep relaxed. It's a relaxing environment for me. So I love her music and I love what she's doing, and I hope and pray that she continues on to doing it. And that's real talk. But yeah, back to what I was saying, and and then these very same people that run these politicians that run it, and I'm reading the situation with Baltimore, Maryland. I'm quite sure everybody knows what's going on in Chicago with Brandon Johnson. That right there is just it is unbelievable that y'all went from, I think her name was Lori Lightfoot, to Brandon Johnson. Like, think about Chicago. Y'all, they thought that Lori Lightfoot was bad, and then y'all end up with Brandon Johnson. Like, are y'all not even paying attention to these people? And Chicago went from bad to worse and worse and worse. And I mean, there is a I can't think her name is Dana or whatever, but they do have a Flip Chicago Red campaign going on, and I encourage y'all to look that up because there's a couple of females that are fighting for Chicago to save Chicago. It's called Chicago Red. And they're out there trying to flip Chicago red. So y'all, if y'all get a chance, go look them up, and support her channel and subscribe to her channel. And believe me when I tell you, that type of movement, I agree with, because that woman is fighting to save Chicago, and she's fighting to get more people of Chicago to vote red and get these corrupt Democrats out of here. And she's fighting for American citizens. That's what she's fighting for. Now, just so happened that most of the people are of melanated persuasion and probably Hispanic and stuff like that. Because she's definitely with these illegals. She was doing so much work. She got in touch with Tom Homan, and Tom Homan had a meeting with them. So she's making real strides. The Trump administration, they know who she is, and she's making real strides down there in Chicago to flip Chicago red. So shout out to them. Kudos to them. Hopefully she continue that fight to flip Chicago red and get common sense back in Chicago's politics. Real simple, real quick. I'm hoping she run for mayor. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I find out down in Chicago that she's on the ballot as running for mayor, I'm gonna go straight ham on trying to get her elected. I'm gonna use my YouTube page to try to get her elected. Because at least I know she got common sense. Listen, I can't vote because I'm not in Chicago, but I definitely will encourage people from Chicago to support her campaign if she was to actually run for mayor. I don't know if she is, but I know she's trying to get people to flip Chicago. She's trying to get Chicago flip red, and she go at the Democrats and Brandon Johnson like crazy because of the fact that they're not taking care of their citizens. Brandon Johnson has been fighting for these illegal immigrants and trying to fight against the Trump administration coming in and getting these illegal immigrants out of there. Real talk. Real talk. Brandon Johnson's been fighting to get these illegals out of here. And I mean, keep the illegals there. And these, that girl and the other one, Chicago Flip Red, they've been fighting against Brandon Johnson to get him. They don't want him back, and they want to get him out of there. But they also was exposing the fact that he was doing more for the illegal immigrants than he's doing for the citizens of Chicago. Sorry about that. I know I was a little off what I was saying, but those are the type of people we need to look for and we need to elect. People that care about the citizens first. The same thing we got in our president is the same thing we need to get across the board. People that care about the citizens of America first. Not trying to line their pockets, because I'm going to tell you, these Democrats, they are getting mad rich off of citizens' dollars. Mad rich off of the citizens' dollar, and they don't care. Mad rich. I ask people, all these politicians that got all of this wealth, what business did they run? I ask a question. All these politicians, what businesses did they run? What companies did they run? So how did they get all this wealth? Help me to understand that. Help me to understand. How did these politicians obtain all this wealth? They should not have. Real talk. But it is what it is. I mean, if you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. Um, Today is not one of them days I'm going to be hanging in here for a long, long time. But I just want to say thank you to those that subscribe to the page. Thank you to those that always been there 100% supporting the fan. I'm not getting ready to get off right now, but I just want to make sure that I tell thank you, like people from way of the world, my brother Jay Garcia. The other thing I wanted to get into is top to bottom hair and skincare. The only reason why I say that, bringing that up, because I think that for people that have skincare issues, hair issues, and just looking for a better product to purchase altogether, as far as it relates to your hair care and your skincare, top to bottom hair and skincare, you might want to look into it. And if you go through my page, you'll find out. But if she has a YouTube page, top to bottom hair and skincare store, she has a YouTube page. Also, she has and that's how you can get the link to the store. I mean, the store, which is top to bottom hair and skincare. If you go through my page, you'll find comments and stuff like that that I made. You know, it'd be easy even just going through my page. You'll find out what I'm talking about. But they make wonderful product like hair care, skincare, and they also make candles. Wonderful, great product. I use it all the time. I have plenty of that product. One day I'm going to do another video where I just kind of give y'all an idea of all of the stuff that I actually purchased from them. That way y'all know for sure what all of the product that I use. But I'm telling you, I'm encouraging y'all that they're the next big thing coming. As it relates to hair care and skincare products, believe me when I tell you, they are the next big thing coming. They're already out there, but they're the next big thing coming. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you might want to go look and do some research. Top to bottom hair and skincare. I mean, they make this other stuff. It's not specifically for your Afro. I call it Afro Magic, but that's not what it is. But I just use it on my hair, and it's been wonderful. But the stuff that I use on my skin has been wonderful. What I like about the hair stuff, the cluster infusion thing that I use on my hair, is that when I put it in my hair, it's not like a greasy thing where it makes your hair feel greasy and stuff like that. That's not what it is. But when you put it in your hair, you can feel the when the chemicals touch your hair. The herb, yes, okay, he put it in the chat. The herbal infusion hair butter. When I put it in my hair, you feel it breaks down. Like it literally, it's like being in a car with somebody know where they're driving to. Like you know how somebody's driving, you don't have to say nothing, and they driving somewhere, and you just sit back and you relax and you just enjoying the ride because they know where they're going. That's kind of how I'm trying to describe what happens when I put in my hair. Whatever it is that they put in the chemicals, like you had to find out exactly, but when it goes in my hair, I feel it break down and I feel it run straight to my scalp. It goes to my scalp and it's like it knows where it got to go. And when it goes into my scalp, you can feel it working. But it does have whatever it is, and it has a slight, a little bit of a hole. So once I comb my hair and kind of put it in, and it stays that way. Like literally, I can go all day long doing that. There's days I went all day long and my hair still stayed exactly how I left it. It didn't, you know how some people use like mousse and stuff and it's stiff and hard. It's not like that. It just, for some reason, it just stays right there. But I just, what's going on? Yeah, so I wanted, so that with that, that's why I use it in my hair. And when I first got it, because I'm not a person that's really into like a mint scent, it kind of threw me off with the mint. But I'm honestly speaking, it has zero effect on me now. I'm cool with it. I'm 100% okay with it. It was just a small adjustment for me, but the end result was so positive. It was like, man, this stuff is amazing. So you know, you have something that's a good experience for you, and you want everybody to know, you get a chance to experience it. That's why I use it. And I'm be honest with you, I think if you Yeah, man. Jay, that's why sometimes I had to detox. That's why sometimes, brother, I tell you I have to detox because it's getting so far. It's just whoo, over there. Really, it's just over there, and that's why sometimes I had to pull myself out because I'm be honest with you, I get angry. Like these, if you really did the research to see how many times the ICE went in and they took these illegal immigrants out of these places. Now, we've had people come on these channels and talk about this is not happening and that's not happening. Now you're seeing evidence of these corporations and these businesses paying these illegal immigrants under the table, and they're working on these jobs with undocumented money. I mean, undocumented fake documents, what I meant to say. Yeah. And Jay, believe me when I tell you, bro, and you know how, all right, everybody that's been using Google and all that other stuff, you already know that if you start doing research on one thing, it just seems to send everything after the fact. Like, you can almost train the algorithm to send you what you want it to send you. So for somebody like me, y'all can only imagine how much stuff I come across. You can only imagine how much stuff I come across. But here's again, Democrats love criminals. Because let me ask you a question. I ask anybody a question like this. If they cared that much about people voted for them sitting up in prison and they didn't even fight for them like that. Right now, there's a person that voted for the people in New York, the politicians in New York, and they did not go to the prison and try to fight for them like they fight for these illegal immigrants. You could be a person that voted for them. And I'm not saying they should. I'm saying you could be a person that voted for them, did some type of petty crime and sitting in jail for, and they're not going to fight for you the way they fight for these illegal immigrants. And then you get out, and if you are still able to vote, you still go vote for the same people. They're not even fighting for you, but you voting for them. Make it make sense. And make it make sense. This is the part of America we need to fix. That's why I tell people, do not, under any circumstances at this point, vote Democrat anymore. Because they are by far the worst. When they get in there, they tell you what they're going to do, but they haven't done none of what they say they're going to do. And once they get in there, all they're doing right now is screaming and hollering about Trump because Trump is dismantling a lot of the corruption that they had and control and power over. That's why they keep screaming and hollering about Trump. Tell me, everyday citizens, what Trump did affected you in a negative way if you're just an everyday citizen? Nothing. Now somebody say, oh, well, the prices, no, it's been already that way. All the prices that we see right now was always like that. A lot of them has came down, but they won't tell you that part. They only want to talk about the stuff that's up. But Trump inherited that problem. But they will never tell you right now, they said that you was going to be put back in slaves and all of this stuff. Why none of this happened? We 6 months in now. They said that the economy was going to fall apart. We 6 months in now. All of the things that they were screaming and hollering was going to happen, lying about, because I'm going to give them a little bit of credit and say y'all not that stupid, but I know they are, some of them. Where's it at? Where? Here's my point. Remember they said he was going to be like Hitler, he was going to be a dictator? Okay, where's it at? See, Hitler went to that gun registry that they had and did everything he can do to get the firearms from everybody so he can turn around and control them. And then put them in concentration. All right, we 6 months in. Trump administration is fighting to liberate all gun rights back to what they're supposed to be like when the Second Amendment was first written. That is not an indication of a dictator. A dictator is not going to let you have access to the best possible weapons out there. That's not a dictator is not going to do that, because that is not in the best interest of a dictator. So when people start talking that stupid stuff, they don't make sense. Why would I fight for the people that have to keep and bear arms? Put it back the original way it was. That way you have access to everything you're supposed to have access to. If I'm intending to be a dictator. Now I'm going to have to fight with y'all having better weapons to defend yourself with. But you get somebody like Joe Biden in there who says, what do you need high power weapons for? We need them because you have every intentions of being a dictator. And what did they do? Dictated. Dictated whether you can go outside your house or not. Dictated. What's up, Drew? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very, very much. Real talk. Dictator. I'm just saying. I keep asking them all that stuff, all that rhetoric that was going on. We 6 months in. 6 months in. If you had invested when Trump said this is a good time to buy, if you would have invested at the time that Trump said is a good time to buy, you'd be doing all right now. You're right, Jude. I hope I'm saying it right. You're right. That's what they want. Because here's the thing. They already know that illegal immigrants, terrorists, gang members, they're going to get their guns because they're not going to buy them in the stores like we do. They're not going to go to no gun store and do all that stuff. They're going to get it all these other type of ways. And it's easier for them to get them than it is for you. You got to go to the store. You got to do a background check. You got to go pay for it. And in some states, you got to wait. Gang members, street thugs, and all you know what they do? They go get some money and legally, crimes commit. Make a phone call. I need this. That's how easy that is. They meet up and they get the gun. They get what they want. Hey, Joyce, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. That's how easy it is. They know. It is, listen, there is estimated over 100 guns per one citizen in the United States of America. Estimated. It's probably a lot more than that. But estimated wise, there is 100 guns to every one citizen in the United States of America. So, with that said, what are the chances of you coming across a gun? More than likely. I tell you, everybody has guns. Criminals going to find them wherever they want to find them at. But they're going to find them. Top to bottom, hair and skincare. How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. We were just talking about your store. For those that are still on this live and you heard me talking about the top to bottom hair and skincare store, they in the chat. All you got to do is click over there, subscribe to the YouTube page, and you can also go to their store because the link is in a YouTube page and you can find out about all that great product we use. Become part of the family. Enjoy. Believe me when I tell you, you're going to be glad you did. Yes, God bless you. Yeah, so my thing is this, is that for people that live in, think about the people that live in these towns. Think about the people that live in neighborhoods where these Democrats are running. I want y'all to think about this, right? And think about how complicated it has to be to just try to get up every day and go to work and hope that you don't get carjacked. You got to worry about your car still being on 4 tires with an engine in it, with windows still going up and down, and ain't nobody done broken your car. Because this is what you're dealing with. When you're in the city of Philadelphia and you get ready to go to sleep at night, this is what you up against. You got to worry about, man, when I go to bed at night, am I going to wake up to a functional car? Think about that. Am I going to wake up the next morning to a functional car? You worried about that every day. You worry about that every day. Am I going to wake up to a functional car? And my windows are going to still be intact? And my tires are still going to be on the car? Think about it. In New York, you're probably dealing with the same thing. Maryland, you're dealing with the same thing. Chicago, you're dealing with the same thing. Detroit, all these different places, you're dealing with the same thing. Worrying about, am I going to be able to get up the next day and still have a vehicle in front of my house on the street because of these fools out here? They don't know how to act. And all of this shooting and killing that's going on in these cities. And again, let me ask you a question. All of y'all probably come from different walks of life, right? So y'all know, even based off of my channel, y'all see a lot of the videos I put out, all of the shooting and killing, shooting and killing, shooting and killing, shooting and killing, right? Where the Democrats? It's happening in their communities, in their neighborhood. Why are they not outraged? I'm asking, this is a real question, is where the Roland Martins, the D.L. Hugleys, and all of these Hollywood people, where they at? All of these people that so-called say they care, the Democrats, they care about their communities, where they at? Where are all these people? Where the Kamala Harrises and all these people? Where they at? All of this stuff that is happening under y'all watch in y'all cities and y'all towns, where y'all at? Where's the outrage? Trump can spit left when he was supposed to spit right, and they will harp on that for the next 3 months. He spit left. Trump spit left. He know he's supposed to spit right, but he spit left. But they will never ever harp on the fact that the stuff that's happening right up under their nose in their towns and their cities, where's outrage in that? What's up, A. Jones? How you doing? God bless you. God bless you. That's my question. Where's the outrage in that? They can care less. For me, I'm not going to change the record. I'll change my record. I'll change what I say when they change their behavior. When the Democrats actually talk like they got some sense and start doing things to better their communities, when Democrats start fixing the crime and the murders and everything in their communities and their neighborhood, then I'll stop talking about it. Because I wouldn't. But my thing is this: I wouldn't be talking about it if they didn't give me so much to work with. You call it boring all you want, but yet you're here listening to the boring. But here's the thing: if they had a problem with anything that I'm saying, how about go fix the problem? That way I run out of material. Because right now, and I got countless material. I could, honestly, if I wanted to, I could do this 24 hours, 7 days a week and never go to sleep because they give me so much material to work with. They give me so much material to work with. So when people got something to say, problem with what I say, okay, go fix the problem. That way y'all put me out of business. I won't have nothing to talk about no more. I'll be happy. If I didn't have to talk about murder rate in Philadelphia, murder rate in New York, murder rate in Chicago, murder rate in Maryland, murder rate in D.C., murder rate in Houston, murder rate in Detroit, murder rate in Los Angeles, if I didn't have to talk about it, that would be a wonderful experience. Then I can say, look at the great work that the Democrats are doing fixing their problem. See, they have the ability to change my tune, but they ain't going to do it. Because if I seen them actually doing it the right way and actually bettering, then I would change my tune and start talking better. See how easy that is? They can fix what I say too by not giving me so much to work with. I wake up every morning with a ton of stuff to work with, and I can't even do a video long enough to compile all of that in because it's just too much to deal with. So if they don't like what Ron's opinion don't matter is saying and how I'm coming off, it's real simple to fix the problem. Don't give me nothing to work with. That way you can put me out of business. I'm going to have to start a whole new business. But they ain't going to do that. You know why they ain't gonna do that? Because it's not financially beneficial to them. They want the gangs. They want the crime rate. They want all that stuff because it makes them a ton of money. They don't care if they citizens that get up and go to work is under all of that duress. They don't care if you dodging bullets every single day. They don't care if your car get carjacked and nothing like that. You know why they don't care? Because if your car get carjacked, they the ones getting all the money anyway. They the ones gonna take your car if it's total, and they homies that own the chrome, they gonna come. Their homies own the towing trucks. They gonna tow your car. Then if you're gonna go get it done, their homies own all of the repair shops to fix your car, and they gonna inflate the prices. Then they got all their money invested in insurance companies. And the insurance companies going to try to do everything they can do not to pay for your stuff, your problem. But they're going to keep raising insurance premiums. Why? Because all of these politicians own all insurance companies. So they're going to keep raising your premiums and tell you the reason why they're doing it is because the accident and the crime rate in your neighborhood is so bad, they got to raise your insurance premiums. But in reality, the reason why they raise the insurance premium because the politicians own all the stocks and the shares of the insurance companies. So they're going to lobby for there to cost you more so they don't never lose profit. Yes, you're right, Jay. You're absolutely right. If there was no guns, it'd be. Listen, you can go by I think is it the UK? One of them, I can't remember what country it was. They banned guns, and now everybody getting stabbed to death. they banned guns. Now they all getting stabbed to death. See, what people don't realize is that murderer criminals don't care about that. Guns is just one of the tools that they use. That's it. Yeah, there you go. London and South Korea. I was thinking more about London though. But again, a gun is just a tool that criminals going to use. It's not anticipated. It's not intended for that reason. Because here's the thing. If you take away the guns, guess what they're going to do? And let's say you take away the guns and the knives. Next thing you know, people are going to be dying from hammers. That's right, Joyce. It's intent. Because here's the thing. Just as many people get hit by cars. Now, here's the thing. Remember that pickup truck that rolled through all them people, ran all them people over and killed some people? Are we going to ban pickup trucks? Leave my truck alone. But you get what I'm saying? It's just a choice of weapon. That's all it is. What somebody intend to do, I don't care how much you ban, they're going to find something else to do what they're going to do with it. And all you're going to do is you're going to leave everybody else defenseless against it. Because if I use a car as a weapon, right, and there's no barricades up there to stop that vehicle from running people over, and I'm not talking about the little small barricades. I'm talking about like concrete posts into the ground type stuff. They're going to run over and they're going to get as many people as they can. Why? Because that's what they intended to do. Is cars and trucks made for that reason? No. Cars and trucks aren't made to run people over. They're made to travel and transport people. Same thing with firearms. Firearms are designed to protect yourself from dangerous people. They're also designed for hunting and everything else that comes along with it. They don't have one intended purpose. My point. So my thing is this: you guys can argue. They can argue these facts, all these issues, and what they want to do. But at the end of the day, if these politicians felt that strongly about it, tell them to first be the partaker of it and make sure there's no guns and no weapons like that, and get rid of all of your security. Anything that's protecting your life, get rid of it. If you really feel strongly about that, start with yourself. So all the police officers that follow y'all around and all of these security that follow y'all around, if y'all real feel strongly that we live in such a safe world that you don't need no protection, start with yourself. Move about the country with no protection on your own. See how that play out for you. See how it plays out for you. But man, it's crazy. Crazy. But it is what it is. Hopefully one day, prayerfully, that the Democratic Party, or honestly speaking, I don't even The people that normally vote Democrat, prayerfully and hopefully they get away from that party and be more selective of how they vote and be more educated to know who to vote for and get real meaningful people running your cities and your towns and stop letting these crazy behind thieves and crooks and criminals win elections, because that's what we're doing. We're letting crooks and criminals win elections. Yep. Yeah. See, man, that's the part. See, there was a time you're right, Jay. There was a time when we didn't even have guns. People were dying of, they were making slingshots and all types of other types of weapons, poison, all types of stuff. And again, it goes back to what Joyce also said. It's the intent of the heart. The hardness of the heart. The Bible says the hardness of the heart. You don't care about life. And my thing is this: when someone had bad intentions, the thing about it is that in your heart is where the crime starts. In your heart is where it starts. And then you go and do the act. But you first have to decide you're going to do it. That's where it's in the heart. And that's the way you really, really need to help if you're a person that wants to go out there and do bad stuff to people, and just because something's wrong with you and you don't want to do it the right way. That's where it originally starts, is in the heart. Then it turns into something else. Now you are doing the act. That's why Jesus said, in your heart, you've already committed it. He said in the heart, it was already committed. The physical part, you're just acting out what's already in you. That's real talk. You just acting it out. Now you actually went and actually did what your heart was already telling you. You already decided to do in your heart. See, where you should have thought of that was when it was in your heart and say, I'm not going to do that. God help me, give me strength to not commit murder. God help me, give me strength not to sin, not to do this stuff. See, that's where it was at in the heart. But see, when you don't have Christ and you're not conscious to it, you just think it's okay. That and Joyce is absolutely right. You just think it's okay. That's what the difference between being a sinner and saved by grace. A sinner don't see themselves as what they do as sin. They don't. They don't look at it as sin. They just look at it as, oh, that's just behavior. It is not until you're a creature in Christ and you're woken to it, then you realize your wrongdoing. It's like, because now you're being convicted internally and you realize you really need to repent. But prior to that, you did not see it as sin. I'm speaking from experience. I did not see it as sin. Whatever I did then, I just thought that's what people did. That's what we do. It was not until Christ came into my heart that I see it differently. Everything I seen differently, but I did not see it then the way I see it now. And somebody say, well, there's a moral aspect, right or wrong. No, I did not see no wrong. I'm not getting into the details of it, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not see it wrong. And sometimes a thief don't see stealing as wrong. And I know that might seem crazy, but a lot of times when someone's going to steal, they don't think it's wrong. They will justify in their head that they're doing something right. They really believe in their head that they're, like, kind of like, what was it, Robin Hood, rob from the rich, steal from the rich, give to the poor. It's still stealing. It's not. You can try to make a moral argument with that, but it's still stealing. You're taking something that you did not earn from someone else and giving it to someone else who did not earn it. It's still stealing. You can paint it as a virtual signaling, like, but in reality, it's still stealing. And what people don't realize, everybody pays for theft. You don't realize everybody pays for theft, but everybody pays for theft. If I own a store and I'm selling groceries out of my store, and people keeps coming and steal my stuff out of my store, I'm gonna have to raise those prices. Why? Because the stuff that they're stealing is cutting into my profits. I got bills and stuff to pay. I got expenses to pay in my own home outside of my business. That's why I'm in this business. But if everybody keep coming and stealing and taking from me, now I'm gonna be forced to raise the prices on the rest of the people that actually pay for it, and it's not fair to them. That's why I don't buy stuff. I don't buy stolen goods from people. I do not support that. If someone steals something and they want to try to sell it to me, I'm not buying it. No, I don't want it. Why? Because I know if I buy it, now I'm going to be a customer. You're going to keep trying to go steal stuff to try to get me to buy it, and it's going to become a problem. And then someone else is going to go out of business because I'm buying their stuff cheaper as opposed to just going in the store and being an honest man and upstanding person and paying for it in the store. And you can turn a blind eye and say, oh, well, hey, look, that's on them. It ain't on me. No. Believe me when I tell you, it's still wrong. You know where they got it from. And someone's business is dying because you're supporting that. Because I'm supporting that. Someone else's business is on its way to death because I was financing the person that was stealing from them. And then we wonder why we go by around and we see these malls and all these stores shutting down and all these businesses going out of business. We wonder why. Meanwhile, we were the one buying the goods that were stolen. But if no one bought the stolen goods from the thieves will be out of business. They'd be like, man, ain't nobody gonna buy it. I'm stuck with it. They'll stop stealing it because they can't get rid of it. Yes. That's why I don't entertain it. No, don't bring it to me. Go give it to somebody else. Let somebody else do that. Because I know the real cost of theft. Every day, honest people that got to go into these stores and purchase stuff, honestly, now have to pay more because you're trifling behind want to keep stealing from somebody. As opposed to going and get a job, because if everybody stops stealing from the stores and they see that their property looks well, to make sure that they're good and they got their customers happy, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna lower their prices. Why? Now, if they get greedy, shame on them. Believe me, they're gonna get theirs too. But a lot of times that's the reason why they forced to. No one wants to charge people more than something is worth. But what ends up happening is that they force you to do it because they won't do nothing about the crime rate. They won't do nothing about the theft and the crime that goes on and the murder and everything else along with it. It is a vicious cycle, and the ones that suffer it the most is the ones that get up and go to work every day and is honest and trying not to be a part of that world. We're the ones paying for it. Just like corrupt politicians. We're paying taxes just so they can go waste that money and steal it and waste it. And because they're so greedy and they don't know what they're doing, they want to raise taxes on you to continue to do it. So to say that the current president is greedy, who's cutting taxes and saying, no, we need to be responsible. We as leaders need to be held responsible. No, we can't keep making hardworking citizens pay for all irresponsibleness. We have to be responsible. And they shouldn't have had to keep financing it. But tell me what Democrat tried to do that. Every time Democrats in it, they want to raise taxes so they can steal more money and waste it and doing dumb stuff. Real talk. But with that said, listen, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. God bless every single one of y'all. Yes, they are. They're being financed by the citizens of the United States. Man, the citizens of the United States of America, we're taking care of a whole lot of people. Top to bottom, hair, skin care, we are taking care. We gangster. The citizens of the United States of America, the hardworking citizens of the United States of America, we gangster. Because we taking care of a whole lot of stuff, people. We taking care of politicians. We taking care of police officers. We take care of the military. And this is the stuff that we okay with for the most part. Well, not the politicians. We don't want to take it. But the police officers, firemen, and those public services that really actually provide a service, we good with. But look at all of the stuff that the taxpaying citizens are paying for. And don't get me wrong. We know billionaires and millionaires pay taxes too to some extent, but a lot of them know how to manipulate the system that they don't have to pay nothing. And I can't argue with them if they're smart enough to do it and they know how to do it. I'm not even mad about it. Because at the end of the day, the ones that shown themselves to be the most irresponsible are the politicians. Because they need to learn how to get more done with less. Show that you're qualified. You put me in any form of office, I will get more done with less. Because I know it don't take all that. But if you corrupt and you're trying to manipulate numbers for you to make more money on the side, that's what you're going to do. You're going to find a slick, corrupt way to do it. We have to be more mindful of who we vote for. Really, really, really. And this is not about Democrat, Republican. We need to look at these individuals very, very well. Because here's the thing. I even made the mistake of just voting down Republican Party line. It really wasn't a mistake. It was intentional because of what I wanted Trump to have, position I wanted Trump to be in when he got in office, which is having a vast majority of the House and the Senate, so that when he tried to get these bills passed, they more likely going to get passed. So it really wasn't a mistake. But I know 100% for a fact if I had to go down Republicans and really look at these individual Republicans, I probably wouldn't have voted for some of them. I probably wouldn't have voted for them. But I had to in order to accomplish the goal that I was looking for, personally. But again, I'm going to get out of here. And like I always say, please ask Christ to come into your heart. If you don't do anything else I say, if you don't even listen to nothing else I say, number one thing you want to listen to is ask Christ to come into your heart. That matters more than anything and everything. And if you ask him to come into your heart, I guarantee you without a shadow of a doubt, that'll be the best decision you ever made in your life. That's real talk. That'll be the number one best decision you ever made in your life. And that's real talk. But y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. I'm out of here. Peace! See y'all later. Thank you.